people in this world possess. Most of us are in a habit of delaying or postponing our important tasks on tomorrow, either just out of our laziness or to spend some leisure time. But we often forget a fact that tomorrow never comes. Due to this habit, most of us regret their actions later on, and we are left with nothing but stress. So it is wise to remember this proverb that a stitch in time saves nine. This famous proverb always reminds us that any task that we are assigned with should be done effectively and within a particular time frame. This proverb notifies the significance of hard work, smart work, sincerity, and time management. This reminds me of a famous story from the Aesop's Fables, which I'm very sure that you all must have heard. It is a story known as the story of the ant and the grasshopper. In this story, an ant works day and night for the whole year to gather some food and to build shelter so that she could save herself from starvation and cold during winters. She often suggests and reminds her friend, the grasshopper, to do the same. But the lazy grasshopper wastes his time relaxing and chilling all day and doesn't lend his ear to the ant's suggestions. As a result of his procrastination and indolence, he suffers from starvation and cold in the end and regrets on not attending to the ant's advice. The story often reminds me how injurious postponement can be for ourselves. Today, a stitch in time saves us from a lot of stress and mental tension. Timely stop or action is always safe and sound, while delays are, as usual, dangerous. Thank you.
Oh, amazing, Manu. I mean, it's an awesome speech you gave, Soumya. I think station time saves nine. A lot of pauses. I was noting down very slow, very pause. The pause is really
I
extremely
was
good.
preparing for the past 2 days.
Oh, wow. And you also had a good introduction, body conclusion, which was a really structured speech. A lot of visual words. The only correction which I would give, which you can do better, is that because of all this practice, etc., you forgot the naturalness that should come into it. Every speech should be natural, should go through. So at times I felt your jaws were a little clenched because you were kind of, ensuring you're remembering, pausing, pushing the words out, and all this stuff. So a bit of, when you tell the story, etc., there has to be a natural way around it. It should not be, you know, uh, but good. I think you covered a lot of other points. And the first lessons now you need to get back to, and then you're kind of home. Who wants to go next? Sundari or Sundari? You're okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes.
So the topic I chose is the more you give, the more happy you become. It means that it is better to give than to receive. Not all emotions are supposed to be shared, like sadness. I don't think so. It's right to share your sadness with others. And it also doesn't fit into the quote that we have used. If we share happiness, we get benefited with happiness, so does the others. If you give something to the others, it's not only that they get benefited, even you get benefited by seeing the happiness within them, that they're satisfied by what you've given to them. Helping others is not only good for them and a good thing to do. It also makes us happier. Giving us connects to others, creating stronger bonds and building up a happier society for everyone. And it's also not only about money. You can also share energy, ideas, and also time. Helping others gives us a shot of happiness most of us love to see in others. And also helping others in need gives us perspective on our own problems. Thank you.
Okay, very good. So, Sundari, I think you have slowed down your speech, which is good. Okay, compared to last time. Structure, of course, is quite good. Words are very good. Uh, Even if I don't see your face, I know that you're kind of reading from some notes here and there. So the first rule when you give a speech, yeah, I could see eyes going down, which is fine. But even if I couldn't see it, I could understand it. But when you come and start talking, you have to, uh, in some sense, forget what you've written and just be in the present moment. Be in the present moment is very important, because if you are thinking, recollecting, it kind of shows. So you have to just be right now, here and now, as you speak. You should create it, from inside yourself. Only then it can connect to the audience. Because the moment think back of what you've written or try to memorize, etc., that again immediately shows up, and there's a tendency to kind of lose people, in the whole juxtaposition. So what it means is, when you're talking about the topic, when it's talking about happiness or whatever it is, you look around and you make changes, depending on what you see around you. You have to connect, interact, in some manner. So that's the next step. You need to really move up. So I'm just trying to move into the final stages where you can really pause, create impact, look. So it has to be very slow, drawn, and only then can you really become a grand public speaker, But all of you have the good, potential for it. So I'm sure it's only a matter of practice. So good, Sundari. Varalakshmi, you want to try it?
I actually didn't prepare because I was attending an exam.
Oh, no problem, Varalakshmi, no problem. So let's go ahead. So what I thought today, I'll do a little something different. I'm going to run a video. Okay. And you're going to explain the video with the morals, and you're going to kind of give your view of the whole thing. You don't explain the story of the video, but you're going to capture the video, and then you're going to try to create, a good story around it, a good talk around it. Are you okay? Yeah. So let me just share the screen as we speak. So do you see something on the screen? Yeah? Yes. You saw the video? So you have to create kind of a talk around this, you know. It should not be, a boy came, sat, got a shoe, etc. It should be on the moral of this whole story, learnings and how you can translate your life, kind of thing. Try to create a talk around it, impactful talk. Take a few minutes if you want to note down or something. You can note down and try to create a structure, introduction, body, conclusion. A lot of feeling should be there. I purposely put this, because some emotion should be there. So that feeling will create a dip in the voice and all that's necessary. Have you seen the video before? The movie? You've seen it.
నేల అయితే కొంచెం బాగుంటుందేమో అని పర్వాలేదు ఏం నీట్గానే ఉంది అన్ని కొన్ని అవ్వాలి కదా
Are we ready? Lakshmi, you want to go first? Yes, go for it. Oh, your voice is unmuted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So before I start this speech, I would like us to just replace that boy. If we were in that boy's place, could we help the other one with giving the shoe? Just imagine. So this video is about a kind-hearted young boy. He tried helping others, though he was very poor and couldn't fulfill the needs of himself, like footwear. This gives us a moral that we have to help and people around us. Uh, if he had that shoe which he got on the platform for himself, he could not have got the other one at the end of the story. Um, so this is called selfless love. Love or loving or helping others unconditionally so that you don't desire to get something in return in future is called selfless love. Uh, you should try helping others though you don't uh, have anything. You should try them helping in any other way. uh, uh, that poor boy who was young, if he couldn't help the other one who was the shoe owner, he could have not got. Just a minute. At the end, he got fulfilled by his needs by getting both the shoes. Similarly, if you help a person, you may get something in return which is greater and more profit. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, of course. I think a lot of pauses and all in between, but I think you got a lot of things right. But let's see the other two before I'll give a group comment on everybody else. Who wants to go next? Yeah, Sundari. Yes, you unmuted.
So in the video that we watched, there was this guy who was satisfied with his life, but wanted to help the others who were still
Can you hear her?
money. So there was this guy who was still not found. So
We can't hear you. Well, can you turn the mic a little towards yourself?
he might not.
Yes, now it's better. Yeah. Just repeat again.
Is it
No, just turn it in between. It came.
now?
Yes, now it's coming.
Not again.
Yes, it is coming.
So in the video that all of us saw, there was this boy who had a satisfied life, to help others. But unfortunately, his unfortunate happened. So as he wanted to help the other boy to get both of his food, to get one of the shoe, he tried helping him by giving the shoe, but it was impossible for both of them to get back the shoe. So he threw the other shoe back to him so that he would at least get benefited by that shoe. So the moral of the story that all of us understood is be happy with what you have, and if you're not, hope you're obsessed. So it's basically be happy with what you have. The more you give, the more you get.
Wow, good, good. The end was quite good. In fact, the more you give, the more you get. That is very good. And you built a story also. Let me hear Soumya first, also before. Yes, Soumya.
So what I totally agree to Varalakshmi. Actually, Sundari was not audible, so I couldn't hear her properly. But I agree to Varalakshmi that yes, this story is all about giving and honesty, which I can say that the boy he himself was poor and he would have kept the one shoe that was on the platform, but he instead of keeping it for himself, he has the heart of giving it back to the owner, which shows how honest and pure he is. And when somebody who is so pure and good at heart, has a big heart, then even God creates a kind of situation that will help you with much, it means a much bigger thing than that what you expect. This is what I feel, that we expect a glass of water from him, and he in return gives us an ocean. So I think he was just looking at the shoe that at the platform, and he really wanted it, but in the end he got the pair of the shoes. So this is all about how God also helps us when we really need something. So
Hmm.
this is
Good.
all I can say.
So, in fact, good. I mean, all three of you, in a lot of manners, did quite well. A lot of scope for improvement for all of you. Of course, in terms of pauses, in terms of connecting at the right points, emotional connect. This was, you have a lot of opportunity to create an emotional connect. So, these kind of quick talks is something, what's your view on this movie or the story, etc., is something which you can really build a story and connect at the right point at the right time. So, for example, things like, I mean, all of you said, but you can say in a little different manner, which can really connect. The more you give, the more you get. And this real moral of the story. I mean, all three of you said the same thing, similar thing, in different manners. But you can really kind of connect. When was the last time you really wanted to get something, and when was the last time you gave something, from yourself? Is it possible to give when you don't have nothing? So I'm just giving some questions which can attract the audience. So is it possible for any of you to give when you really don't have nothing? So here's a story I came across where there's this particular boy who has really nothing with him, but still he managed to show a steel of character where he had the wherewithal to give back something which didn't belong to him, although he desired it. And nature in turn, or like Soumya said, God in turn, etc., favored him. I mean, you can use your own words, which only goes to show that, in this particular world, the more you give, the more you get. It's exactly the same thing what he said, but I'm just turning it around a little. So you have to, kind of get it. Is my voice audible or it's coming in squeaks? It's okay, right? My voice is okay, right? So, you want to try one more? Yeah, one more. Huh? Now you have to really get, into the ethos of it. So, just a minute. So this is again a 3-minute clip, but you have to understand it and kind of create a thing out of it. Hold it, that's not the clip. Yes. Take a couple of minutes to create a kind of good talk around this. Varalakshmi, you're saying something? No. I can't hear you. No voice.
Could you repeat the video again?
Oh, you didn't see it? Yeah? I'll just repeat.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Was it played twice? Sorry, Varalakshmi, this time?
Yeah. Actually, the charging got over, so that's why I couldn't see the video.
Anybody is ready with something? It has to be good, nice, strong. Yes, let's go for it. We just have a few minutes. Ready. Just ensure your volume. Yeah.
So in this video, the dog didn't give up by forcing the boy to start playing with him so that they could go outside and have some fun outside of the sunlight. So the boy also didn't feel lost. Sorry,
Varalakshmi, you can hear her? Even I can't seem to hear. Just can you move the mic a little? Hey, can you remove the earphones?
okay. I couldn't hear you guys. That's why I put the earphones.
Yeah, now can you talk? Now increase the volume in your laptop or whatever it is. The volume on top. Increase it to the maximum. Yeah, now talk.
Oh, so can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Much completely back to normal. Tell me.
So in the video that all of us saw, the dog didn't give up by forcing the dog to the boy to play with him. So in this video, all of us focused on the boy who didn't want to play with the dog just because he lost a leg. But then the boy also didn't realize that he also didn't have a leg. So after getting to know that the dog was really energetic and then the boy also felt better and started to play with the dog. So both of them went out into the sunlight and started to play. So in this, the moral of the story is be happy with what you have. You'll get something better one day. Thank you.
Awesome. Very good. Okay. I'll hear the rest and then we will comment. Yes. Varalakshmi, you want to try it?
Sir, can I go? I have another class.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Okay, thank you.
So then we'll meet again on Thursday, the
Yes.
final class. Yeah? Yes, Varalakshmi.
I need some more time. Let Soumya continue.
Soumya, do it. Yes.
So what I have, the gist of the story, which according to me is that this boy was so much irritated and frustrated because of a situation that he has shut himself inside his house, and he really don't want to mingle up with people just because of his inferiority complex maybe. When he was gifted with the puppy who suffers from the same situation, who was dealing life with the same thing, and he rejected the puppy also because he felt that the people who are like this, or somebody who's in this situation, they are not the part of the society. He couldn't connect with the normal people who are not physically challenged. But when this little puppy, he shows him how beautiful the life is in spite of all these situations and the things that both of them are in the same boat. Then he realized that life could be seen from a different perspective also. There's another way of looking at towards one's life. It is up to us to decide how we choose to react. As Daji says that situations will come and go, problems will come and go. It depends upon us that how we choose to react. It's totally on us. It is on our choices that we make will decide how happy or how sad we are. So I think that this is what I've learned from this.
Very good. Very good. I think a lot of learnings, and I think it's structured well. You can actually put the learnings right either in the start or the end. It came somewhere in between, but I think more or less we captured a lot of points, the ad.
Can I start? So these days, all of us are loving to be indoors, playing video games, not enjoying much in the sun. So this boy was also same like that. Uh, he didn't want to go out playing. He wanted to remain at house, watching or playing video games. His mother wanted him to go and play outside. I agree with Sundari. Maybe because he didn't have a leg, he wanted to be inside without mingling with people. But we have to be with what we have to be happy with what we have. Not everyone will get everything. We should adjust with life and create a new way to look into it. Thank you.
Very good. Crisp, it was very good. The last point was good. You could have just punched it a little more better. We have to have a different way of looking into life, right? Something of the sort. So it's necessary that we don't get everything that we want to have, correct? Something of the sort you mentioned. We don't necessarily get everything we want to have, but we should be satisfied with what we have, grateful with what we have, and look into life in a different perspective. Now, awesome. I think you're kind of getting into it because you have to kind of find the words, as it goes in. Many times you'll be called upon to speak at various points in your life. You need to somehow structure it and make it on the fly, as you go ahead. So good. So we'll meet again on Thursday, and we'll be doing a lot of external talks on Thursday, trying to talk on the fly without any preparation and without any notes. So that's what I'm planning for Thursday, which is I think also the last class, and with that we will take it to the final level. Yeah. So does that sound okay? Any learning from this? Today was actually a little different class, videos and all. Was it okay?
Yes, I really like both the videos were very good.
Yeah, and just it's explaining. It's actually called as the explainer kind of thing. So how to explain a particular situation, event, video, movie, or anything that you learned from there. It can even be a life event. One of something. I had a 1 year, kind of session in this particular college, and this is what I learned from there. So it's actually not the event, going morning, coming evening, going morning, coming, just essence of what you picked up, from this particular, thing. So anything, it could be, let's say you had a friend and there was some learnings from that particular, interaction that you had. So the learnings, you need to pick up and kind of tell. So this is what I just today I try to tell it in an experiential manner. It's a little difficult, but you're kind of going ahead in that. So good. We'll catch up on Thursday morning, 11 o'clock, same time. Yeah. All the best. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.